Hey guys, again, it's me, Vinny Lospinuso, back with a brand new vlog. And I'd like to comment on, the NFL finally allowing teams to use multiple helmets again. Again, this was in place for 9 years, because of the policy about, head injuries and they needed one shell. That's finally been changed, and now teams can have an alternate helmet if they so choose. Obviously, today we've had the Carolina Panthers announce a black helmet that they will wear on the Thursday night game against the Atlanta Falcons that has like a blue and black Panthers logo on it. And there's been several of these announced. Or just for instance, the Commanders, when they rebranded, they showed a whole brand new black uniform alternate where they have a black helmet as well. You saw that the Philadelphia Eagles, even though they have not shown it yet, they announced that in 2023 they will have the Kelly Green alternates, but for this year they will have a black helmet to go with their black color rush jerseys. I'm really excited for that. But there's been other ones as well. The Cincinnati Bengals announced a white helmet to go with their white away uniforms. The Houston Texans announced a red helmet to go with their battle red alternates. The New England Patriots are bringing back their throwbacks as an alternate with the Pat Patriots, and of course they have the white helmet to go along with it with the Pat Patriots in the hut position. And finally, we have the Atlanta Falcons saying that they're donning a red helmet for their throwbacks, and the New Orleans Saints will wear a black helmet to go along with their white color rushes. So it's really got me thinking. With all these teams so far, hey Zenny, how you doing? With these 7 teams announcing that they will have alternate helmets for this year, what else will happen this year? Now, there are a few that I will omit. For instance, the Seattle Seahawks won't have their throwbacks from the AFC days until next year because of shipment. Same situation with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're white and they're creamsicles. They will come next year as well. So this year in particular, what could we see? Well, let's start from the AFC East. An easy one for me is the Buffalo Bills with a red helmet. Of course, this is the 90s pseudo dynasty where they went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost. And they already have an alternate helmet. Well, they just put the old logo on their regular white shell. But I'd like to see them wear a red helmet to mimic that of the 80s and the 90s aesthetic. Even the 2000s aesthetic would be really nice to see with a red helmet. Miami Dolphins, they already have their throwbacks already. And they've always had a white helmet throughout their entire history. Though I would like to see something a little unique. I would like to see maybe like an aqua helmet or an orange that could come out. Again, this is possible, but they could potentially do something like that. The New England Patriots, they already chose an alternate. I mean, there's nothing that says that a team can't use more than 2, but I don't think the Patriots are going to just have more than just that white alternate. New York Jets, an easy one. They can just go with their white as a throwback to the old AFL era, or if they really want to be recent, they could use a throwback for the they can just use one for their current the ones that I grew up with in the 2000s and the 2010s. In the AFC North, as we already know, the Cincinnati Bengals already announced a white helmet. That doesn't mean that they can't go with a black one, but I would also like to see a black one with orange stripes to mimic that of the regular orange helmet. Outside of that, the Baltimore Ravens, I'd love to see potentially get a purple helmet to go along with their purple color rushes to make them stand out a little bit more. Cleveland Browns, they wore a white helmet for their uniforms back in the AFC days. I'd like to see a white helmet come back as well. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'd like to see a yellow helmet. I'd like to see a yellow helmet, and maybe you can don it with the color rushes. I think that'd be a really, really cool idea, and I think that's something that a lot of fans would love to see. Going on to the AFC South, as we saw the Houston Texans already showed off their battle red helmets for their red alternates. But what about the rest of the teams? Well, the Indianapolis Colts, I think, when they wear their all blue, I think it would be really nice if they wore a blue helmet to go along with it. This could also work for a throwback as well. For the Jacksonville Jaguars, they could go with a teal helmet here, but I have another idea. What if this is an idea? One of my favorite ideas I'd love to see a team use, and particularly the Jaguars, if they were to go with a helmet that mimics somewhat of the Cincinnati Bengals, in which it'd be like a gold helmet with like black spots to mimic an actual Jaguar. I know it sounds a little far-fetched, but it might be a pretty cool alternate. And for the Tennessee Titans, it's an easy one. You know, if you want to have Oilers throwbacks, you need to use the old Columbia blue or the white for the Oilers. I think either one would be a great idea. And then for the AFC West, Denver Broncos is an easy one. You can easily just go with the old blue that you had for the uniforms back in the day. Now, granted, they already have a color rush that already mimics these, except with navy instead of the blue. But if they decide to go a different route, they can use the orange helmet they had back in the day in the early AFL, but probably not the brown helmets because they weren't very popular. Kansas City Chiefs, there's not an option from anything in the past because the Dallas Texans, they've always had a red helmet throughout their entire existence. However, I do think I would like to see maybe you can do a yellow helmet, but I don't think they're going to go with one, but I would probably say white or yellow could be good for them. The Las Vegas Raiders is an easy one, a black helmet, or maybe a nice chrome helmet to go with maybe nice black pants. It's something I would love to see from the Raiders, and it would really fit that Las Vegas attitude. I know that there's a lot of Raiders fans that are fine as is, but as someone who knows, about Las Vegas, well, I've never been there, but I think that would be such a great statement, like a nice black alternate helmet. I think that would really fit the vibe of the Raiders. And for the Chargers, you can go with many options as well. I think their uniform set is the best in the NFL as is. However, I would love to see maybe a royal blue helmet or a navy blue helmet to mimic the Iroquois and the Seau era uniforms they have. I would love to see that. And now going to the NFC East. Dallas Cowboys, white helmets. This is an easy one. They can go really well with their color rushes. I think the color rush for the Cowboys is fantastic, and I do believe a white one would go even better with it. The New York Giants, on the other hand, and could go with an old navy to mimic the old ones, but I'd be interested to see if they do like a Donald white helmet or something. I don't think they will go with one, but I think a white helmet would go really nicely with them. Like I said, the Eagles, they already announced the black helmet, so they wouldn't really have to do it there. But the Commanders, similar situation, they announced a black helmet. But if they want to use a throwback, I would love to see one that mimics the old leather helmet design like they had back in 2012. I think that would be a great addition. And now for the NFC North, I think for the Bears, I think, they already have their throwbacks as it is. It has the same navy lid. I mean, I think of an idea, maybe like an orange helmet they could use. Or, again, something like how the Redskins /football team /Commanders did back in the day with the faux leather style helmet. I think that could be a pretty cool idea for the Bears. Lions is a little tricky. They've always had a silver helmet for most of their existence, especially since they moved from Portsmouth. But I think a black helmet could be pretty nice with them, or like a gray helmet, like something that could really fit well with their gray color rushes. I really do like those. I think a black helmet would be really nice for them. I think it would be really nice. I always love black alternates. I think they would look really well in black. But try not to make it look too much like the Panthers, however. Green Bay Packers, you could use a green one here, but considering they have the white pants, I would love to see them wear a white helmet with that. I think that'd be really cool. Their regular alternates already go well with the yellow lid. So if you want to go back to the old ones with either the navy and the yellow circle, they could wear that old brown helmet. I could see that as well for them. Those are options I could see. And for the Minnesota Vikings, you can go with the old, much darker purple they used in the early days with a throwback. Or it's another idea. Maybe you could use a white helmet as well with the horns. I think that'd be really, really cool. Like a white helmet with the purple horns with their color rushes. I think that'd be a really cool idea. I think it would sell a lot of money. But then it would be an alternate. Atlanta Falcons, like I already said, they already announced a red alternate helmet. I would like to see them also use it normally. I think it would look amazing with their, gradient color rushes. I like them. A lot of fans don't, but I really like them. I think they would look even especially better with a red helmet. I think they would also look well with a red helmet with their current logo and then the red pants they have, but they haven't worn since. They've worn it the last 2 years, but they haven't worn it since. As for the Carolina Panthers, they just announced the black alternate. I think it looks fantastic, though I would also love to see a Carolina blue alternate. I think that would look amazing in blue as well. New Orleans Saints, like I said, they already announced, a black helmet to go with their color rushes, along with their already existing gold helmets. But I think a white helmet would also look really nice with the Saints. I don't know why. I think black helmet's a nice step, but I would also love to see a white one too. And for the Buccaneers, I already mentioned the white helmet's going to be used next year, so I don't really see them using any others. Maybe a red one, but I think they're going to save that for next year. And finally, the NFC West. Arizona Cardinals, a black one or a red one, either one could work. I think the Cardinals are due for a brand new uniform set. I think using the Desert Cardinal, which is like the gray and red Cardinal, would be an amazing alternate that they can use next year. But I think they would probably stick with white, but I would love to see a black one for them this year. For the LA Rams, they can have the navy that they used before for many years, but I would also love to see if maybe they can have like a red one. But I think they can honestly do something completely different. I could honestly see them using like a white helmet or a black one. I think the Rams is really anyone's guess. I think they would look really cool in it. I know that there's some fans that are, upset with it, but I think it would look really cool. Maybe a yellow one could really stand out. 49ers, they've suggested that they would have a red helmet this year, and I think they're going to use a red helmet this year for their alternates, the 50s based alternates, and then I think it would look really, really cool. And then finally, the Seattle Seahawks. They already announced that they'd be wearing their throwbacks next year. But I would also really love to see them wear a throwback that mimics the 2000s era, like the one with the gunmetal. I think that could really be nice. That's when they first came into the NFC. Those I would really love to see. As for other ideas, I would love to see city editions, similar to like how the MLB and the NBA does. I think they can make a lot of money out of that. I would also love to see, different ideas, maybe earned jerseys. I think you can make a lot of fun ideas with the extra helmet world, not just throwbacks. I want to do way more than just that. I want to have fun with it. I want to have players have fun. I want to have teams have fun, fans have fun. I want to make sure owners have fun. I want to make sure everyone has fun for this. But those are my thoughts on alternate jerseys ideas, alternate helmet ideas for every team. What do you guys think in the comments below? What alternate helmets would you like to see for teams? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you later, guys. Peace out.